Once again, a very special thank you to Shnayim Yomi for this opportunity to share with you some words of chizuk, of inspiration. So, Parashat Shavua, Parashat Devarim, touches upon the meraglim, the spies. And it's no coincidence. The word for coincidence is, in Hebrew, is mikre. Mikre, if you change the letters around, you have the word rak me Hashem. Everything's from Hashem, everything's from God. There's no such thing as coincidence in Judaism. So, Devarim is right before Tisha B'Av. We know that Tisha B'Av, we're mourning the destruction of the Bet HaMikdash, of the holy temples. And the meraglim, the spies, actually happened, the whole situation where they cried for no reason. Hashem said, I'm going to give you a reason to cry for Dorot, for generations, happened on Tisha B'Av. So it's nothing happens to be, but that's the situation we find ourselves in. But if there's one message, one lesson that we can learn from the whole situation of Meirov, and we touched upon this a few days ago, is the koach, the power of the mind. They looked at themselves as grasshoppers. They looked small. They thought of themselves small, and that's the way others perceive them. That's the way they looked at themselves as well. It reminds me of a beautiful story, yet a powerful lesson, told over by the renowned Rabbi Meirov from Eretz Yisrael. And he says over that there was an individual that was very, very quiet and very reserved, very to himself, to the point that he would go to work, no one would say hi to him or bye to him. He would just go in, do whatever he had to do, and leave. Even in shul, in Bet Knesset, he would go, he would pray, no hi, no bye, no schmoozing, no talking, no connection, nothing to anyone. He would go, daven and pray, leave. Even in his own home, his wife and his kids, they barely realized when he was home and when he was not home. He was very reserved, very to himself. And he thought about it to himself, and he said, enough is enough. Nobody respects me. No one acknowledges me. No one realizes me. I don't appreciate it. I don't like it anymore. And he decides that he's going to make a change. So what did he decide to do? He's going to go to the hat store. And in the hat store, he says he's going to buy the most expensive hat. And he walks in there and he says, I want to buy the most expensive hat you have. And the owner of the hat shop is like, you? He's like, yes, me. I want to buy the most expensive. You could afford it? Yeah, what's the cost? He says, this hat over here is over $1,000. $1,000? Here you go. And he buys this beautiful fur hat. And he takes his old hat and he puts it in the bag. And he just starts walking the street. And all of a sudden people are like, hey, how are you? What's going on? I'm doing great, how are you? Everything's good. And he starts talking to people. He walks into the shul, people say good morning, good afternoon, shalom aleichem, how you doing? Walk to work, hey, it's been a while. Everything okay? Yeah, everything's good, everything's fine. And he walks into the house and he sits down at the dining room table and he's eating his dinner and he's pointing towards his hat to his wife. And she's looking up, she's like, what are you pointing towards? And he's like, And she's looking up, she's like, I don't see any leaks in the roof. What are you referring to? He's like, you don't see my new hat? And she's like, what are you talking about? It's not your new hat. And he takes off the hat and he realizes that he put the new hat in the bag and he was wearing his old hat the whole time. The whole time he's wearing the old hat. What was the difference? The difference was the perception, the mind. He thought to himself, oh, I'm important. Oh, he thought to himself, but at the end of the day, what it comes down to is the machshava. And same thing with regards to Tisha B'Av. We all know that the Gemara in Yerushalmi tells us that every single generation that the Bet HaMikdash, the Holy Temple, is not rebuilt, it's as if it was destroyed. That means it's not a destruction that we're crying over thousands of years ago, but every single year that's not rebuilt, it's our fault. We all know that the reason it was destroyed was because of sinat chinam, because of baseless hatred, because of not liking one another for no reason. So what do we have to do? We have to have ahavat chinam. How does one get to that point? It's very simple, like we've been discussing up until now. It's a mindset. We're going to have a mindset from now on. Ani ohev kol echad mebnei Yisrael k'nafshi imodi. I'm going to love every single Jewish person like myself. It's a mindset. You have to tell yourself. I do this all the time. I see people, I know them, I don't know them, but you know what I think to myself? I love you, I love everyone. And you know what? It has a very big difference. At first, it might feel like it's just words, but at the end of the day, those words become concrete. they're going to come strong. It's going to have a very big effect on you. And if a person works on his mind to love every single Jew, every single person, and you're going to have, Bezat Hashem, another brick towards the Bet HaMikdash. And we're going to, Bezat Hashem, not have Tisha B'Av as a fast day. Bezat Hashem, we're going to have the Bet HaMikdash rebuilt. It should happen by Rabbi Yaniv speeding 9 days. Thank you very much for listening. Thank you very much for joining. Thank you very much once again to Shnayim Yomi. Have an amazing Shabbat. And Bezat Hashem, we should have only good news.